Welcome everybody to the Onward VRML Challenger Cup Season 10 Group B stage. All right, that is a lot of words. I am your caster, Noman with a 4. I am joined on my right by this gorgeous human being, Mr. NightFiree. How you doing, NightFiree, today? Heck yes, and joining us from the cloud. He's not on the screen, but he's in our hearts. Mr. Triple Nipple. How are you doing, Trip? That's true. That is true. It's true. It is just too powerful. Oh, hold on. We're going to have to redo the whole intro because I just... Not my part. I did my part. You guys are just going to have to do yours. My apologies, folks. That's what happens when you wake up at 8 in the morning to cast. You don't set the right audio devices, and then your co-casters don't come through on stream, and then everybody's sad. But hey, we caught it early, so not a big deal. All right. You all heard me introduce them. NightFiree, say hello.
Hi.
There he is. And Trip, say hello one more time for everybody.
I'm beautiful.
See, there they are. They're coming through. They're coming through loud and clear. You got them in your ears. My apologies, folks. But I'm going to hand it over to NightFiree, who clearly has a better handle on things than I do today. And he's going to walk us through the Group B stage. Go ahead, Night.
This is why we do the intros. It's a good thing you didn't hand this off to me, and then I was talking for 15 minutes to nobody.
Exactly.
Anywho, what we got coming up today is your Group B stage of our postseason, which I will be outlining now. The postseason consists of $15,000 in prizing. That's right. There is over $15K in prizing going out to our teams. For that first place team that comes out on top and wins the grand championship, they're going to be getting Pro 2 merchandise, VR cover merchandise, HyperX merchandise, B Haptics, Rebuff Reality, Cyber Shoes, Arma, Asterion, and then over $3,000 in cash. So there's a good bit on the line. Second place gets over $1,500 or $1,300 in cash. Third place gets over $700. Fourth place gets some nice Onward products. So there's a good bit to be competing for here, and there's a long road to go for especially the teams that we're going to be viewing today in the Challenger Cup. Things kicked off yesterday on the 28th with Challenger Cup Group A. We had Aimless Gaming come out as our winner of Group A. Today we have Challenger Cup Group B. That is a round-robin group stage between all the teams that are ranked 8th and lower that have registered for this tournament on this day. So we end up doing about half the teams one day, half the teams the other, and today is that other half. The winner of this side, the winner of Cup B, will end up going up against ALG for that Challenger Cup final, and the victor of that goes to our closed qualifier. And the closed qualifier is when we really get down to the brass tacks of things, because that's where we have our round-robin group stage that consists of teams in the round-robin group A, like teams number ranks 2, 3, 6, and 7 worldwide. And then for round robin group B, we have ranks 1, 4, 5, and our Challenger Cup finalist. And so that means that when we get down into that closed qualifier round robin stage, we're going to be seeing the best of the best and Onward. It's going to be the most competitive Onward you can see with teams that have been playing for oftentimes years. I guess if you're, some of these newer squads have come in and brought some new players in, some new blood. But I'm pretty sure everyone at the top 8 or top 7 right now is a veteran squad from multiple seasons. And then for our semis and finals, that comes up on the 12th and 13th, and that is the final bit, the last haul, if you will, of season 10. And I mean, you talk about trying to come up through the Challenger Cup. And I'll start with you, Trip. It's no easy task.
Yeah, no easy task at all. Thankfully, not had to do it but once.
You've been afraid of it every season, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Definitely don't want to be below that top 7 and have to do this because, man, it is a long day. It's a long day of casting. It's a long day of playing. It takes a mental toll on the players, especially because you don't know who you're playing. So you have to prep for everything. You don't know what map you're going to play. You don't know what team you're going to play. And it's just all up in the air, hence the wild card name.
Yeah, it is a long road. Noman, have you had to slog through the Challenger Cup yourself?
Oh, we are, Blaze, the team that I play for. We have been numerous Challenger Cup champions. I mean, it was a storied thing for us to play the Legionnaires in every Challenger Cup final. I think for 2 or 3 seasons we did that. So I have been there. I've been boots on the ground like you guys. I know how stressful this is. But it's also a lot of fun. I mean, if you really kind of let loose and have a good time, to play all these different teams you normally don't get to play is a blast.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, speaking of teams, Group B consists of some very strong teams. You have the likes of Ember, Animal House, Kai, Pandemonium, Phantoms, Raptors, Rome. The list is a little bit longer than yesterday, not much. 22 teams for Group A. And I got to get your guys' thoughts on this. And Noman, start with you. Who do you see as a major threat in this Group B, and why?
That is a much more difficult question than yesterday. Yesterday we had probably 4 or 5, deep threats, but the rest were relatively on the newer side. They were most of the teams that had come up in the last 2 seasons or so. So teams that have not yet established themselves as a threat. However, this Group B, as you just mentioned, has, the Embers, the Romes, the Animal Houses, and all of those are scary teams even on their worst days. I'm going to go with, as my pick, I think, I'm going to go, oh God, you know what? Midstream, I have to change my prediction. I'm going to say that Phantoms is going to be a team to watch out for, because they have been doing this esports, VR esports game pretty strong, right? They got teams in every league we've got, basically, and they put in the work in each one of those games. I genuinely don't know how they have the time to do anything. So I'm gonna say Phantoms are gonna be a team to watch out for in today's Group B.
Yeah, they're certainly a skilled team. They have the comms, they have the communication. Their ability is not to be underestimated at any capacity in today's matchup, just because they are on that EU side. I mean, we saw Dead Logic putting up a great fight for the majority of Group A. So you certainly can't count out any of these EU teams, no matter where they are rank-wise. And we've said this before. That top 20 is so deep. And I guess it doesn't make it any easier, right, Trip? Who do you see as sort of that main threat in Group B today?
I am really excited to see Raptors play. They've been doing super good this season, and I think they're going to be one of the powerhouses today. There's a lot of good names, though. I don't know, and it's going to be a toss-up for sure. People are going to be fighting. I mean, this is not going to be an easy win on anyone's side. So.
Like we've been saying, this is a deeper pool, and I'm looking at it here, and I'm seeing Animal House and Dark Matter as 2 teams that do really stand. I mean, even Ember too. All of these teams have experience in this stage. There are some newer squads in here that I'm not familiar to this sort of Challenger Cup stage, and I think that's going to become a factor, right? We talk about how long this group stage can be. We have if anything, I would say maybe a majority of the user base using a Quest or Quest 2 at this point, and that is a battery-powered device. And I mean, you have to make sure you're charging your headset constantly, that you're ready for the competition to be 4+ hours of games. It takes a lot. You have to really have that experience. And I mean, Noman, you can talk to that. Being aware of what you're getting into plays a lot in your mental state throughout the day.
You've got to be, I mean, Tripp kind of mentioned it, offhand, but you've got to be prepared for anything. I was talking about it in one of my games yesterday. You have to adjust not just to a particular team, you have to adjust to a particular play style, and you usually have to do it. I mean, you're doing this in one map. You don't have, you can't play a map and say, okay, they're playing these quickly, so I've got to adjust in the next map. No, you have one opportunity, so you've got to adjust round by round by round. And it is a test of how well your team syncs, right? Because if 2 of you start playing fast, 3 of you start playing slow, you're not going to be on the same page. It's a true test of how a team can sync together, work together, communicate together, and adjust based on, all of the different challenges they have to experience throughout the day in order to win. It is monumental. I mean, whoever wins these stages, they are banging on all cylinders. I mean, there's no one thing that sets them apart.
Yeah, and I mean, Trip, you might be a stranger to the Challenger Cup, but you're no stranger to playing in the closed qualifiers and under those pressure moments. I mean, talk about how teams have to be able to deal with that right now, because they're essentially looking at potentially their season ending after today if they don't move on from Group B.
Some teams play it like this. Some teams say, go big or go home. If we win today, we keep playing. If we don't, whatever. It was a good run. You made it to the Challenger Cup. And I think those are the teams that are going to go far. The teams that are stressed out and worrying, and they're like, oh, man, we have to win today. We have to win it. That's not a good mentality. That puts a strain on you.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want that all day long. You just want to play to play, and whatever happens, happens kind of thing. That's what today is about.
And I think, a couple of these teams do that very well. And so that may be a key element in the long road of Challenger Cup Group B that is ultimately decides our victor. I got to get down to really the core of the issue, though. Our predictions for today. We've called out some high-level threats in Group B, but who do you think is really going to come out of Group B as the victor? Who is going to be that undefeated team that's going to go up against ALG? And I'll start with you, Noman.
It's gonna sound like bias, but I'm using some math. I'm using some statistics for this. I gotta go with my Ember guys, from the Inferno family. And the reason is every Challenger Cup, they've gotten closer and closer and closer.
Sure.
You know what I mean? The last season, they had it. I mean, they had it.
Yep.
We knocked them out of it, the other Inferno team. So I think this is the time. Blaze is not in it. Ember is in it. They've been in it to win it every single time. I'm going to say Ember.
Okay. Experience going to be a key element during this Challenger Cup. So I completely, it's a good, I like it. Trip, who are you going with? Who's coming out of Group B?
Well, I will say that Noman's right. The Ember boys have been getting better and better and harder to play against. But I gotta give it to Velociraptors, man. They came up and they have been knocking teams out left and right. Yeah. And I am super excited to see. I don't think anyone, they've only had so many games this season, like 5, 6 games. I don't know how long they've been in. But they haven't played all of these people. So no one really knows how to deal with them. The teams that have been around for a while, like Animal House, Ember, Rome, those teams know how to deal with the other teams that have been around for a while. It's these new teams that are the problem. They don't know. And so, like Noman said, you have to do that adjustment on the fly. And that's really going to determine it. But I think Velociraptors have a strong play style for today.
Yeah, you said Velociraptors. Worth pointing out that they have had the name changed to just Raptors. But I was looking at the at the team list and I'm like, I don't see V3 here anymore. But yeah, they are now just Raptors. They've dropped the 3, unlike Sleepy. And yesterday we saw a lot of blowouts. Do you think we're going to be seeing a lot of 4-0s today? Sure, maybe it's going to be that way in the early stage, but even then, this is still a deeper pool. Do you think those 4-0s are going to be as often?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be relatively balanced, especially because the amount of senior teams is higher in this group stage. So I think we're going to see that scrappiness, that battle back and forth more so than we saw yesterday.
And, I think it's worth pointing out, this isn't to discredit the challenge of Group A, right? There were some very, very good teams in Group A. Any of the, I think ALG rightfully deserving that spot. They played very good yesterday, and if they can, pull that off against whoever the victor is of Group B, it's going to be a tough set for Group B. But yeah, it's I'm very much looking forward to the action today. I think we are nearing having to prep for our first couple of matchups on the day. We have our predictions from our casters, and frankly, I can't wait until we hop into Group B. This is what the entire Season 10 has been building up to. We've been talking about how it's some of the best Onward we've seen over this course of this season, some really incredible plays, and I expect that to be the case today. I cannot wait, but we'll have to.
Yeah, just a couple of minutes. So yeah, we're gonna take a short intermission here to get set up with the teams and make sure we can get our matchups ready to go. At the bottom of the screen there, you'll see the standings as well as the brackets throughout the day on all 3 channels. We're gonna be going live on Onward VRML 1, 2, and 3. So tune into those. Somebody will drop a multi-Twitch link into one of the Discord channels. So join that if you haven't. And we will be back in 15 or so minutes, hopefully, with the first matchup, and then we'll be with you for the next couple hours. So don't go anywhere. Go get some food, go get some drink, grab the family, gather around, and we're gonna have some awesome Onward for you.
Before we go,
Yeah.
we have some updates. Today is going to be 5 maps, not 4 like yesterday.
Yeah, based on the size of the team. So 5, yeah. We're going to be here for 5 whole rounds. So don't go anywhere. We're going to go set up, and we'll be back in just a little bit.